Hey guys, what's up? It's me here, Jay Pineapple, and I'm back again for another video, and this time I'm going to be reviewing the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Okoye Waves Iron Man. So guys, this is the new, the latest design of Iron Man. Of course, this is how he looks inside the comics. So I was pretty excited to get this figure, and my first impressions on the figure is that it's a pretty decent figure. But before we get into this figure itself, we're going to of course take a look at the packaging. So it is basically it's your standard Marvel Legends packaging. You've seen this all before. You know, it has a Legends series logo up the top here. Has Iron Man here, Hasbro, picture of Iron Man up the top, Build-A-Figure Okoye right there, blue warning labels on the side. Has some nice artwork, actually, some pretty nice looking artwork, so that's pretty cool. On the back, there's a promo shot of Iron Man and stuff, so that's cool. And it has a bio which reads, "Technological upgrades and weapon help Iron Man bring order to any battle." Really nice. I do like this little promo shot here, so that's cool. There's the BAF there as well, which we will be reviewing very soon. All the other figures in the wave, which we have already reviewed. So yeah, stay tuned to the review of the BAF coming very soon. So yeah, back to the figure itself. We'll have a look at the accessories. So the accessories that this figure comes with is these little blast effect things. So, you know, these can be clipped onto, of course, the repulsor hands, which have a peg inside them, or they can be clipped into, of course, his feet. So, you know, you can get some cool feet action going. And we'll just pull out this other accessory. You can also plug these little things into this other accessory that he comes with, because he does make weapons and stuff from this suit. So you can sort of just put it on there, and it has a clip which you can of course clip onto one of his arms, which we'll just demonstrate on this arm from now. And we'll have to, of course, pop this out, and we'll pop in the fisted hand and pop on this little accessory attachment thing, which is a bit annoying because this thing's bent in. Okay, alright, so pop it right on, and yep, it fits right on. Looks pretty decent, actually. Doesn't look too bad. Yep, and apart from the fisted hands and the repulsor blast hands, he also comes with an alternate head as well. And yeah, the alternate head does look pretty cool. I do appreciate that sculpt. We'll just take this off for now. So the alternate head actually really does look like Tony Stark, comparing it to some images online of Tony Stark from this from the comic. And you know, I think this looks like Tony Stark, and it's a nice comic version of Tony Stark. So I do appreciate this unmasked look, really nice. And I do think the sculpt work for the hair is really nice as well. So that's really good. Paint is really nice as well. Awesome. All right, so back to the masked head. I think the masked head looks pretty good. The one thing I think that this whole armor really has going for it is the whole aesthetic of the armor. Like, it's just a really sleek looking armor. You know, you can really just imagine that there's a guy inside here. You know, you can really just see all the details and stuff. I think they did a lot of sculpt work. There's not much paint on the figure. There's really just a bit of gold and blue dashed here or there, but you know, that's about it. So yeah, we're going to get into the articulation of this whole piece for you guys. So the articulation on the figure is pretty standard for Marvel Legends. So we're going to test out the head. So it moves up a fair amount. You know, nice flying poses you can take with that. So pretty good moving up movement. It does move down a little bit. So yeah, pretty nice. Of course, a swivel right there. I think the unmasked head moves the same. Oh, yeah, I think it moves up pretty nice. Yeah, it moves up, down, side to side. So yeah, same amount of movement on both heads. And it is just attached with a ball joint. Arms are attached with ball hinge joints, so you can swivel them. A bit squeaky on this side. And I will say, one of my complaints is that this left arm here is very, very, very stiff. And they make lots of noise. So, you know, it's very weird. Some of the joints on this figure was very, very tight when I got it out the package, so I was very disappointed with that. But you can sort of, it just really annoys me, the articulation on some parts of the figure. Anyway, they do of course hinge outwards pretty well. Bicep swivel works fine. Double jointed elbow works pretty fine. Now here's a bit of an annoying part. So there's of course swivels because they're interchangeable, but the Repulsor Blast hands do not have a hinge. Why? Like they don't have a hinge at all. No up and down. There's no vertical hinge or horizontal hinge. No hinge at all for the Repulsor hands. So you basically have no relaxed hands, which kind of sucks. But the fisted hands can swivel and hinge. You know, horizontal hinge, of course. So. You know, that's okay, but I'm just a bit annoyed that they kind of are stuck in that pose. You know, that just limits the playability with the figure. You know, that's just what I think anyway. There's, of course, an ab crunch joint that moves down a decent amount. You know, that's about as far as it's going to go. And it does move back pretty well, so not too bad. Looks decent. Not too bad. I will point out that there is a bit of a paint splotch here, and that was from the packaging as well. Legs, oh yeah, waist swivel as well. Waist swivel looks good. It's all good. Legs, you can sort of kick them forward about that much, but you can kind of kick them all the way out like that, make it look weird. They move outwards that far. That's okay. Thigh cut breaks the sculpt, but what are you going to do? Double jointed knees, which actually don't look too bad. There's a bit of gapping here, but you know it's not too bad for a double hinge. There's also a hinge at the ankle that moves backwards, and it does move forward a very nice amount. And there's of course the ankle rocker pivot. So yeah, and peg holes. So you know, I don't think it's a bad figure, but I just think that it does have a bit of QC issues with. It does have a lot of QC issues with this figure, you know, and I think that that's just. You know, it does sort of let the figure down. I don't think it's a bad figure at all, guys. I actually think that this looks very much like the Tony Stark that I want for my collection, you know. This is the Iron Man figure that I really do like. I genuinely like this figure. It's just the QC issues make it really annoying to play around with. And, you know, I just think that it just really lets the figure down, some of these QC issues, especially the articulation-wise. But the overall aesthetic of the figure, you know, I don't think it's a bad figure at all. The aesthetics, you know, I think it just looks like the Iron Man that I want for my collection. So, you know, overall, for the overall figure, you know, I reckon it's a solid figure. So I'm going to give this figure I reckon I'll give it a solid 8 because it's a brand new sculpt. They did show a lot of effort for this figure. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. You know, I don't think it's you know, it's Iron Man, you know, it's a good Iron Man figure, not too bad at all. So we're gonna do a bit of comparison. So we'll just take the head off for now. That was the little thumbnail pose. Anyway, we're gonna take off all the accessories. We're gonna do a comparison between this Iron Man right here, right now. So let's do some comparisons now. Alright guys, so here's the new Iron Man standing up next to the Mandroid Wave Captain America, and I think these two do scale pretty well with each other, you know, they're pretty nice in scale with each other, and I think they look pretty nice together as well. I don't have the Catwolf figure at all, but in all honesty, I think this Mandroid Wave Cap is probably the best comic cap out, so that's pretty cool. We'll just do some more comparisons now. And here he is standing up next to the all-new, all-different Spider-Man with the Peter Parker head on. So, you know, I think these two scale out pretty well as well. Not too bad, not too bad. Not too bad at all. I think these two scale out pretty well with each other. Too bad, we'll just do some more comparisons. And here is Iron Man standing next to all the other figures in this wave. So I'd have to say probably... in terms of height for these figures, I'd say Namor is probably the highest, then Iron Man, then it's probably Killmonger, Black Bolt, then it's Panther, and then Nakia at the very bottom. So, yeah, stay tuned to a review of Okoye coming tomorrow. And here he is standing next to the Mark 43 Iron Man from the movies, you know, it doesn't look too bad at all, and why not for the video, we'll also get out one of my first Marvel Legends, so we'll get out this Iron Patriot that's semi-broken, but it's not too bad. Yeah, alright, let's just try and pose him up. Alright, there you go. So yeah, pretty good in scale with the Mark War Machine, with the Iron Patriot, and the Mark 43, so not too bad, not too bad. And here he is standing up next to a Bucky Cat mold figure, my custom Red Skull, guys. This is with the Bucky Cat mold. And, you know, it looks pretty good height, but just so that way you guys won't get mad at me because I used a custom, I'll just get out a Bucky Cat figure. So, if I could find it, here it is. Alright, so here's a Bucky Cat figure. We'll get out Shocker here for you guys, just in case you get annoyed at customs. There you go. And final comparison, we'll put him up next to a reasonably big mold. We'll put him up next to Sentry. And there you go. So Sentry's of course taller than the Iron Man figure. So there you go. That's the review, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please, by all means, hit the like button, subscribe down below. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, guys, it's Jay Pineapple signing out. Peace.